Hey Sagittarius, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot and welcome to your October reading for love and career. We're going to start with career and then move on to love. Check in with your body, see how it feels listening to all this, and if it resonates, you're going to feel it, right? I feel like tarot, let's see how many times I can say the word feel in 2 minutes. I feel like tarot is this great vehicle for self-introspection, but if it doesn't resonate, don't make it fit, right? And I encourage you, if that's the case, to check out your moon sign, especially if you're born at night. So in the description box below, I have a link to your natal chart and, or at least a website that will help you discover your natal chart. You just plug in the numbers, nothing personal, and they just ask for your birth date and location. And then you get your natal chart and it's right on. Spot on, as long as you know what time you're born and where you were born. Those are the two biggest things. All right, Saggies. So let's not keep on going. Let's just go right into that career reading. What is our career reading? Tell us about that. We only take cards that fly out, volunteer themselves. If they flip, we take them like notes, footnotes. We have success. We start with victory. Now, you don't want to sit on your laurels too long, right? But allow yourself to receive that pat on the back. You're being recognized for something. Flying out. We have Knight of Rods. I've got like something like hair on my mouth. I'm sorry, guys. I think it's done. I think picking out my mouth is done. Knight of Rods. That's a very confident, fiery energy, ruled by the fire signs, you know. Knight of Rods is a messenger. All the knights are messengers, and it's a fast-moving. It's possibly an opportunity or somebody who's carrying an opportunity. Flipping but not flying is Page of Pentacles. So it might come with a bit of research or growth. The Chariot, this is moving fast. All this energy is positive and fast so far. The Chariot is also taking the duality of a situation. So maybe things aren't absolutely perfect, but it's grabbing the good and the bad and it's moving forward with it. It's ruled by Gemini energy. That's why it's symbolized with the black and the white horse. That's like the yin and the yang. So you can't have, you know, the light without the dark and all that. It's really kind of, there's a practicality behind it. One must move forward. Problem with listening to cards that fly out, sometimes you have these real smooth moments where you have to search for one. Strength card, so that's your inner strength. It's shining out. I think it's being honored in a moment in October by others, but it's being recognized for sure. Okay, we've got 2 out of the cut. You guys, could this be even cooler? I don't think so. Page of Cups. This is miracle energy, happy life, happy, like this is happiness. 10 of Cups is like big picture. You're doing your life's work. You're doing your life's purpose. The World card. You might be working with people who are different than you culturally or even from a distance. There might even be travel, but this is full confirmation that the last chapter you were in, the stage you were in maybe a year, 2 years ago, that's fully buttoned up. And I feel like this is kind of, that victory moment is kind of the, that moment where the page fully turns. You know, it's like you realize you're in a new era in your career. You have, that transformation has completed. No, it's this Knight of Rods. Tell me more about the Knight of Rods for my Sagittarius. There was a character who was very confident. There was a character that I think you are actually getting closure with. They disappointed you. Male or female, I don't know who it is, but that was who the Knight of Rods was. They came in probably with a lot of promises and potential and all that, and you're actually that's the victory that you're really getting, is getting healing in this, whether it's somebody coming forward making an apology or it's just an understanding, because it's putting in the background it's allowing you to just get closure. It's allowing you to move forward into this abundant time, this moving towards happy life, happy, committing to what you believe in. And there's a sense of the unknown coming out. There's a blessing coming towards you. And I have a feeling that it's very much tied to this forgiveness, this closure you're getting with an individual who let you down. All right, that is so positive. One last card. Generosity. This is the generous card of the Six of Pentacles. Check it out. So this is somebody being generous and kind towards you, you doing it to another person. It feels like there's an apology here, basically. There's just closure, and it's definitely tied to that victory card. You're going to get a lot more energy towards the things that you're doing right now. As a result, you will realize how much energy maybe it was pulling from you without you realizing it. Yeah. My vocabulary goes to shit when I do tarot. All right, you guys, let's pre-shuffle these for love. I love this deck for you today. So we're just going to put in that love energy for Sagittarius. If this is resonating too, I invite you to hit the like button. Thank you so much. I feel like it perpetuates the energy. It just magnifies it. It's your way of collaborating with the reading and claiming that energy for yourself. All right, for love, Sagittarians, right out the hatch. We've got an offer coming. This is a gift. It could be in the physical realm, or most likely somebody making a legitimate offer in love. This could be even being taken out to dinner. I think somebody might be trying to get in one's good graces again. There's a character here who has been emotionally manipulative. And there's another character who is just getting down to brass tacks. They're over it. This could be in a marriage. This could also be, Hierophant connects itself to our disciplines and our belief systems. Outside of marriage, if it's not directly about our marriage, it's about what we stand for. And so this is about that. You might be really heavily depending on your instincts and your inner guides lately with this. But we have this Ace of Pentacles, which is this offer coming towards you. So let's get a little insight on that. This Ace of Pentacles for my Sagittarius. Fighting, conflict coming to an end. Okay, so this is resolution. So this seems like a gesture one is making to get resolution. Things have been out of balance. For some of you guys, there even might be third-party situation. Maybe somebody's been flirting with somebody outside the relationship, or maybe friends have been getting in the way somehow. And there's 10s are hard endings. 10s are hard endings. Like, so it's definitely an offer after kind of a tumultuous time of discord. And Queen of Swords, this is somebody who, whoa, let's just leave her there. This is somebody who can be cutting with their words, but very honest and drawing boundaries. And it's that motion with my hand. Queen of Swords does not bullshit. And I think communications are going to get very real. I'm going to grab this deck. We're going to give it a shuffle for Sagittarius. Love, clarity. Queen, I would like some insight on this manipulative energy of the Queen of Cups. When this person is not off balance, when they're not being toxic, they're really lovely. They're really cool. They're caring. They genuinely give a shit about people. When they're not, though, it's because, in this case, they're resisting an exhausting ending of a chapter. They're growing toxic and manipulative because of a resistance to closure on something. And they could have been part of what was making it so exhausting. Why the manipulating? Why the emotional upset? Why the emotional manipulation? The toxic energy? Four of Cups. This is an offer met with apathy, disinterest in an offer. Okay. And then Eight of Rods, which upside down. So I feel like part of their emotional manipulation was actually stonewalling, like not talking, not communicating. It was like they could hold you hostage. They could hold you in this exhausting. I can feel exhaustion in my neck. In this exhausting pattern by simply being withholding and not communicating about it. And that's how they were emotionally being toxic and manipulative. But then how do you get by that, right? Well, you become the Knight of Swords, you become the Queen of Swords, direct, unemotional. This is fast moving energy. Now, whoever this is just kind of like, let's make some changes. Like, no bullshit, King of Swords. Now we're getting the whole Swords family out. It's like he called for backup. Oh my God. Because how do you fight fire with fire? It just grows, right? So how do you how do you go up against somebody who is not being, they're being withholding, their energy is toxic, they're not communicating, they're being unbudging. You can't make it past that wall. You can't negotiate with a brick wall unless you're a fucking hammer or a sword in this case. So you take the emotion completely out. This is what is, this is what isn't, what's going to happen if this continues, That's kind of the language that would go with the King of Swords. It's also being irreverent, like, it's also taking into account your own history. What have you been through? You know, like the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, this king has scars, brutal scars, because he's been to battle. So it's like having a reverence for your own history. And that's what you're coming back at this with. Clarity on this character. King of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. You're exactly where you're supposed to be though. Wheel of Fortune is that karmic card of like, there was a huge lesson to be learned here. And guess what? You shouldn't be anywhere else. You're perfect exactly where you're at. There's also a rebalancing. Things are going to be working out the way they're supposed to. It is definitely very connected to justice in a way, but there's also a cyclical pattern that's been going on here. All right, so the Hierophant, clarity on the Hierophant, which was our, what are we committed to? It can be literally a marriage. It can also just be your set of beliefs. And so you're committed to working it out. You're committed to, this Empress energy is abundant and it's beautiful and it's very feminine. And if it's not literally a pregnancy, it is symbolized with a pregnancy in the traditional deck because it's gestating, it's creating something new. You water the seed and it can grow and grow, but you're exhausted. The Nine of Wands is like relentless, tenacious, determined, but exhausted. And also talk about battle wounds, right? And the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck. And I say traditional a lot just because it's harder to recognize on here, but if you look closely, he's got a bandage around his head. So despite the bandages, moving forward. And somebody breaks the wall. Someone breaks the seal with a gesture. An offer. The offer might be, it's important to look at the intention behind the offer because it might just be the catalyst for a change that needed to occur, and that change isn't always comfortable, but it needed to happen, right? The reason why I said all that was because this is what comes with the Ace of Pentacles, right? We had that hard ending. Well, in clarity to that, we have the same card, the Ten of Swords. So look at the intent behind the offer, whether this comes in by way of communication, or an apology, or just, it's breaking the seal though. That's how you can tell. The intention is what's beautiful, and it moves things forward. It's been slow in coming, but it's like finally stripping away things and finally being able to just see things for what they are. And I think this manipulator can't be manipulative any longer, right? They can't be manipulative any longer. They're willing to kind of bury the hatchet, and it will, if you've been feeling ostracized or strangely alone or isolated, it'll be a breath of fresh air of like, it's not you making it up. It's not you and your imagination. It's finally like the word redemption comes to mind, but it's been slow coming. This knight is a messenger, and he's the slowest in the deck. His horse is literally standing still. It's careful and strategic, but it'll finally be that moment of like, I'm not crazy. You know, I'm not making this up in my mind. All right, so one last message from the tarot for Pentacles, this withholding energy. Knowing what's theirs and what's yours is gonna be very helpful, and not giving too much of yourself, right? And also recognizing that they haven't been giving too much of themselves either. So what do you do in that situation, right? I'm gonna open, I wanna get for you one more card, and I wanna get it from the Oracle. Ancestors. My mom, when she was alive, had a saying, and it was, when you are going through a hard time, call on your grandmothers or call upon your grandfathers. We forget how many people it took to make us. Holy crap. So many people. Call on them. They'll help you. I love you guys. Check out your shorts. They'll be coming out soon. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll talk to you soon.